A monster producer is a legendary creature who combines multiple skill sets to dominate their market. Are you ready to dominate?
I believe everybody needs a good coach in life. Running a business can be tough. It can beat you down. We bring the motivation. We bring the structure. We bring the strategy. How do you explain your services? How do you work a selling system? How do you follow up like a machine? How do you extract 5.7 referrals from every transaction? Our number one goal is to get you a 43% increase in your business. And I want to show you how to be a monster producer.
I must confess that I feel like a monster.
Prepare yourself for a 43% increase to your business.
I feel like a monster.
Monster Producer
Ladies and gentlemen,
begins now.
Hey, I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach. Every week and every month I come to you and break down one of my biggest concepts in a coaching program I have called Monster Producer. We believe Monster Producer is a legendary creature that combines multiple skills to absolutely dominate a market. I'm only looking for the percentage of people out there who are very serious about their career and their life. And so we have, I would say, about 800 to 900 people in the program in some way that are all around the country. And every Monday when I do a call with the Monster Producers, there's about 900 people in there, meaning my online academy, the corporate clients that I have, the individuals that we're coaching. And every month I have a new subject. And the subject for this month is called Your Wealth Can't Wait. And I have been so excited about teaching this concept because I'm a big believer in these things. It all goes to zero at midnight. There comes a time when winter asks what you did all spring and summer. Right? We go to bed tired and we wake up hungry. Like these are things I live by. And it all comes back to this concept of you can't wait until later to build your wealth. You can't wait until later in life to build your wealth. You have to start now. And so as I was breaking this concept down for my Monster Producers, I started looking at wealth in different ways. And I want to give you 5 ways to look at wealth. Okay, number 1, there's financial wealth. And here's my definition of financial wealth. All your future days are paid for. Imagine a life where all your future days are paid for. That's going to feed right into emotional wealth. You're living with no anxiety or no emotional tax, right? So you got financial wealth, and the financial wealth is all your future days are paid for. Therefore, there's no stress when it comes to money. There's no anxiety. There's no frustration. There's no worry. Worry creates stress. Stress creates dis-ease, right? You got emotional wealth. Physical wealth. You have the energy and the vitality to attack your dreams. Okay? Your physical wealth is when you have the energy and the vitality to attack your dreams. I was coaching a person once, 55 years old. She wanted to have a bestseller. I told her all the things she had to do to have a best-selling book. You got to speak, you got to go on podcasts, you got to do this. And she looked at me and she says, I don't have enough energy to do that. And I said, number 1, it's sad. You're 55. You don't have enough energy at 55? Number 2, you're not going to have a best-selling book, because you're not going to have a best-selling book if you're not willing to go out there and distribute your talent to the world. So she didn't have physical wealth. Because she didn't have physical wealth, she didn't have financial wealth. Because she didn't have these things, right? She didn't have good emotional wealth. They're all tied to each other. It's where everything feeds everything. Number 5 type of wealth is called spiritual wealth, daily connection to your source. I'm a man of faith. I start every morning off with a sermon. I end every day with a sermon. I read a book in the morning right now called Business by the Book, which is a great book on how to run your business, a Christian organization. If you have financial wealth, physical wealth, emotional wealth, spiritual wealth, then guess what you end up with? You end up with ultimate wealth. Body, mind, heart, spirit operating at the highest possible frequencies. Okay? Now we're getting into Monster Producer. Now we're getting into legendary creature. Now we're getting into operating at a high frequency. I like to ask people that are watching this on my online academy. I like to watch people that watch this on my YouTube channel. I like to ask people, when have you been in the presence of a person that you consider to be self-actualized? How many people have you been in the presence? And I think in my life it's been like 2 or 3 people in 43 years of living that I would say that person's clicking on every cylinder. They got financial wealth, physical wealth, emotional wealth, spiritual wealth. Because I've been around some people financially wealthy, spiritually broke and bankrupt. Right? I've been around some people spiritually wealthy, financially broke. Right? Like when you're clicking on every cylinder, like you're clicking on every cylinder, right? So where does wealth start? Wealth starts by making a simple decision to go. That's it. It's a decision. Decide. The word decide means to kill off. Okay? Kill off a decision. Like people that have a double vision, they got a vision of going and they got a vision of staying. They got a vision of going, and then they got all the reasons why it won't work. So here's the deal. You got to kill off one of these decisions. You got to burn the ships, man. You got to say, I'm going to build wealth. I'm going to build this. So I wrote down some of the simple decisions I made in my life at 25 years old. I want to master learning. That's the mind. That's when I got certified in 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That's when I borrowed the money from my mother to go to the course. I want to master learn. 31 years old, I didn't know the difference between an asset and a liability. I went down to the bookstore. I picked up a copy of a book by Robert Kiyosaki. Maybe my friend Sharon Lecter was in on that one too. And it was How to Grow Your Financial IQ. That's when I learned about assets and liabilities, right? 34 years old, had a rebirth of my faith. 34 years old, decided to get serious about my faith because a person sent me a book called The Blessed Life, right? At 41 years old, got serious about my health and my energy, my physical wealth. Got on the right eating plan, got down to my ideal weight, got in the best shape of my life. So know this, all big things start small. It's time for you to leave your amateur desires behind and go pro. Okay? It's time to make a decision for you. Okay? So let's stop right there and let me have you ask some questions. Where do you think you're deficient right now? Is it financial wealth? Is it physical wealth? Is it emotional wealth? Is it spiritual wealth? Or is it ultimate wealth? Take a minute and diagnose where your missing structure is. Hi, I'm Coach Michael Burt. To get a free copy of my book, Inside the Mind of a Monster, text 678-506-7543. Text to get a copy of my book, Inside the Mind of a Monster, and I'm going to turn you into a legendary creature. Hey, welcome back. I'm Coach Michael Burt. Every single month, I like to take a big concept in my coaching program, Monster Producer. Monster Producer is where you become a legendary creature, right? And we're at the Greatness Factory today. I've been doing podcasts. I like to take this concept of Monster Producer and break it down for you. And the big subject this month is your wealth can't wait. Like your future wealth, financial, physical, emotional, spiritual. It can't wait till tomorrow. It can't wait till next week. It can't wait till next year. Like you got to get started today making this happen. So how do we do that? We first understand a principle about wealth, which is you need to see yourself as a person of advancement. Now, when I was writing this course, I went back and I studied, there's a book called Wealth Can't Wait, which is good about vertical versus horizontal assets. But the real book that I studied was The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. And he talks about in that book, my favorite chapter that I've read, I bet 100 times, is a chapter on the impression of increase. See, what you want to become is 2 things. 1, to get wealthy. You want to be a person of advancement. The world needs to see you as a person of advancement. You're moving, you're shaking, you're going places, you're doing things. You're not static, you're dynamic. What happens when you're dynamic? People move towards you. Increase is what all men and women want. Increase in their health, increase in their money, increase in their, they want increase. Okay? Therefore, all human activities are based on one desire, the desire for increase. Right? Abundant life is just aspiration, like having abundance of life. Abundance of physical wealth, abundance of financial wealth, abundance of spiritual wealth. It's all an aspiration, and the aspiration is abundance. Therefore, you must convey that you are a person of increase and advancement. That's who you are. you're advancing, and because when I'm in your presence, I'm advancing. Like, let me say it in a very simple way. When I'm with you, I feel better about me. Because when I'm with you, I'm moving, I'm growing, I'm never static, I'm never entropic. I'm in a dynamic position. I'm ascending. I haven't plateaued. I'm not descending. I am ascending with you in my life. This is the concept of person of interest. So what you're really selling is you're selling increase. That's all you're selling. That's what I tell the people on my team. You're not selling a coaching program. You're selling that coach, with Coach Burt in your life is going to be better. Where's it going to be better, by the way? Not just financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. You're going to seek aspiration and abundant living in all areas of your life with this guy coaching you. For me to sell it, I got to live it. Which is mean I got to have financial wealth, and I got to have physical wealth and emotional wealth and spiritual wealth and ultimate wealth. Like, I got to have it to give it to you. I can't give it to you if I don't have it. I got to be that person of advancement. So what you're really doing is you're using your primary skill. I talk about this a lot in my book, Single Digit Millionaire. You're using your primary skill to increase the life of another person. They're getting advancement through a relationship with you. That is the fundamental, it's called the fundamental relationship, where I distribute my talent to you. It solves your problem. There is a back and forth where I'm in a better place because you are an advancing person. So here's what you're selling. Get clear on what you're selling today. Economic increase, knowledge increase, pray drive increase, or spiritual increase. These are the increases you're giving to other people. So what am I saying? You are an advancing person. You are creating the impression of increase. And when I'm with you, I feel better about me. Therefore, I want to partner with you. So let's stop right here and let me ask a simple question. Are you selling economic increase, i.e. through a partnership with you, I'll make more money? Are you selling knowledge increase through a partnership with you? I have access to new information. Are you selling pray drive increase? When I'm with you, I am more motivated and driven and focused. Or are you selling spiritual increase? Because when I'm with you, you know what? My whole spirit's going to a higher place. I'm like in a better place, a better plane. I'm operating at a higher frequency. Take a second right now and ask yourself, which of those are you increasing for other people? I'm Coach Michael Burt, and the #1 book that I've written over the last couple of years that could help you during these unusual times is a book I wrote called Inside the Mind of a Monster. Now, I want to give you that book. All you have to do is text 678-506-7543. Because when you text that in, I'm going to give you a copy of my book, Inside the Mind of a Monster. And it's going to show you the habits and mindsets of top producers and how they attack every single day versus play defense. Don't you want to play offense? Get this book. I'm giving it to you. And I'm telling you, I'm going to turn you into a legendary creature. All right, if you're a Monster Producer, you know you get the whole version of this every single month if you're in the big program. And we invite you to step up to the big league so you can get coached by me every month and get the full content of this. This month we're covering a concept called Your Wealth Can't Wait, right? You can't wait till tomorrow to get started. I want you to understand that selling anything is about partnering with other people to solve a problem in their life and in their business. And man, this is such a powerful program because it's got me thinking, how much money does it cost me to live? How much money am I producing? What's the spread? How much am I investing? How long will I have to work? Right? Like, how do I get it to where all my future days are paid for? Like, these are big things, man. And you get in your 40s, these are big decisions you got to make. You got to start investing in your future. So let's talk about financial wealth. Here's my definition of financial wealth. All your future days are paid for. That's the best place to be. The second one, and I like this one, is where your passive wealth is greater than your expenses. If you go back and you study Robert Kiyosaki, and when he wrote the book, Retire Young, Retire Rich, what he was basically saying is his expenses of him and his wife are like $47,000, and him and his wife made $55,000. So they were rich. Their passive expenses, their passive income was greater than their living expenses. Okay? So when you think about your passive wealth paying for your expenses, you're wealthy. Vertical income is where you earn money from your active work. Like what I pay myself through my coaching company is my vertical income. Horizontal money is money earned from my passive investments. And I want to get that up. I want to get the rent at the lodge up. I want to get the house in Florida up. I want to get these things up to a higher frequency. My money earned is from my passive income. Okay? Now, you are rich when your expenses are paid for by your horizontal income. So here's the assignment I want you doing this month. How much does it cost for you to live at your current lifestyle? How much do you earn from your vertical income? How much do you earn from your primary flow of income? How much does it cost for you to live? How much is left over? We're going to call this excess cash. What will you reinvest your excess cash in? You, your business, your wealth. Those are the three places. And how much horizontal income do you currently have in your life? How much money is your investments making? I have money in the market. I have money in insurance policies. I have money in real estate. I have money in my business. How much passive income do I generate in a month? And does it cover my living expenses? And when it does, boom, I'm rich. So this is the assignment I want you to work on this month, because your wealth can't wait, guys. Your wealth can't wait. Your physical wealth can't wait. I want you to check out Monster Health, what we're doing in Monster Health. Get to your ideal weight. Get your energy levels up, right? I want you to look at what we're doing there. I want you to focus on working the selling system to get your primary revenue up through your vertical income. I want you to start looking at intentionally congruent secondary flows of income that feed back into the primary. Okay? When you do this, you're going to start building your wealth. But the first step is to get your revenue up, get your health up, remove the emotional tax in life, right? Get all of these things clicking on a high cylinder, and what's going to happen is, boom, you're going to be operating at a high frequency. This month, this Monster Producer, guys, one of my favorite subjects I've ever taught. It's got me thinking. It's got me working more than I've ever worked on something. I'm excited about building long-term wealth. I wake up with the optimism every morning. There's no shortage of opportunity in the world. There's only a shortage of courage. There's a shortage of creativity. There's millions and millions of dollars being exchanged. There will be more millionaires created during this period than you can ever imagine, but you got to be in the game. So, I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach. Thank you for watching.